Now, in this session, we will try to understand the relationship in between data science and the business analytics, how these two terms, how these two aspects are tightly related to each other, how similar to each other, how identical to each other. So let us understand data science and the business analytics by the definition and by the purpose itself. Let us recall what exactly is the data science, which we already have covered in the very first session. Data science is just all about collecting the data, processing the data, using the data for the future predictions, right? This is what we discussed. We need to collect the data and we need to process the data. We need to analyze the data, and this data is used to predict the future. Maybe anything. It could be this data can be used for several purposes, but this is what exactly is the data science in a nutshell. By the definition, it's a multidisciplinary field that uses the scientific method, algorithms, and systems to analyze structured and unstructured data. We're going to come across what exactly is the structured data, what exactly is the unstructured data in 2-3 sessions. But this is what a data science in a nutshell. What are the key aspects of the data science? The key aspects of the data science is, first one is the data collection. The data which is required will be collected from various sources. Now I need to release a new model car from my company, from Toyota. Let us say I'm a chief executive officer of a Toyota India. I would like to compete with my competitors, the other companies, by releasing a new model which has to be hit in the market. For that, first of all, I need to collect the data. I need to go to the customers and I need to understand their requirements. And then some data will get collected. The data that gets collected from maybe from various sources, maybe from the customers, questionnaires, online polls, opinion polls, or directly from the social media, YouTube or Instagram. The data will be collected or can be collected from various sources. This is the first step of the data science, data collection. Next one is the data cleaning. Cleaning meaning, as we already discussed, we just need to prepare the data, the data that has been collected in completely in a raw format. That should be, first of all, ready. We need to make it ready for analyzation and for the future needs. We need to make the data ready for the future needs, in which data cleaning plays an important and vital role. There are some missing values. There are some redundant values. There are some errors. What is an error? Let us say in an age entry, there has been entry which is 120. Can an age be 120? How can you target a customer with age of 120? There is nothing as such 120 age, right? Although it is 120 or 220 or 1000, this cannot, but there are several errors. Against to one field, there may be possible entries. If there is an entry made which is beyond the scope of this against to that field, then that becomes as an error, right? So we need to deal with the errors and repeated values. We don't need repeated values. Let us say 1000 customers, all their perspective is the same. Now I just can keep only one customer's needs, right? I have taken suggestions or the consensus from many people, among which 1000 people, each and every of their idea and aspect, their requirement are exactly exactly matching. So what should I do? I can keep only one customer's data, right? Remaining customers, the data that has been collected from the different sources can be, remaining customers can be completely, since that is redundant, can be overlooked. That can be deleted from the system, right? We also need to deal with the redundant data. This is called data cleaning or pre-processing. And the next one is exploratory data analysis, which also is called EDA, analyzing data sets to summarize their main characteristics, often using the visual methods. Now, by using some visual tools, this data, if it can be presented to the visual aspects, it will give you more insights, which is called EDA. Next thing is modeling. Next thing is modeling, applying statistical methods and machine learning algorithms to predict the outcomes or classify data. When you collect the data, mainly this can be used for two purposes. For the classification, the data that has been collected, let us say you have collected several pictures. You need to classify, is it a dog or a not dog? Another thing is outcomes. Outcomes meaning you have collected the data from sources such as weather forecast. You just have collected the past data. Why it is needed? You don't need to classify. Here, your objective is not to classify. You need to predict the future data. That is, tomorrow, is it going to rain or not? For that, we are going to analyze the past data. This is the very reason why we would be collecting the data in the data science. So we need model. We need to use statistical methods. Models are, some machine learning model by using which either we'll be able to classify or we're going to predict the outcomes. Next one is interpretation, translating results into actionable insights for the stakeholders. The results will be transformed. Definitely for everything, there is an objective, there is a targeted audience. Okay, this result should be present to those audience. Okay, this for everything, there's a customer, right? Everything has meaning of production. Car cannot be produced by the company for nothing. For a car, there is a targeted customer. So for everything, there is a targeted audience to which our results must be produced, right? Next, let us understand. This is what you call the data science on one hand. On the other hand, there is something called business analytics. What exactly is this business analytics? Although we are not doing any business here, we're not going to understand what exactly is a business, how a business runs, what are the models to build a business, how to run a business. We are not going to target or we are not going to understand any of those aspects. But there is a relationship in between business analytics and the data science. We will try to understand. For that, we will see what exactly is business analytics. By the definition, the business analytics is the practice of using data analysis and statistical methods to understand the business performance and inform decision making. What is the goal objective of business? Simple, to optimize the yieldings, to optimize the profits. For that, what exactly, see, forget about everything. What exactly a business owner will do all the time, would do all the time? He will collect the past data. If you don't need to collect, there is a history. Based on the history, he will always make a decision or change his decision. He will always be dynamic to implement the methods to sustain the profits or increase the profits or reduce the losses. Now, it exactly somewhat very similar to the data science, right? That is what exactly I've been talking about. Okay. Now, here in business analytics, key components are descriptive analysis, analyzing the past performance to understand what happened. Take the history. The first quarter or the second quarter, see, business will be divided into 4 quarters. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. And the performance will be analyzed. The performance will be measured by various aspects by collecting a lot of data. So there is something called descriptive analytics, in which analyzing the past performance to understand what happened. Predictive analysis. From the descriptive analytics, we are going to get into the predictive analysis, using the statistical models to machine learning to forecast future outcomes based on the historical data. From the descriptive analytics, we had an history. If we can render some models from machine learning and you can put into the descriptive analytics, we can get to the predictive analytics. That is, in future, what exactly is going to happen, how our decision should be changed or should be sustained, or what are the new strategies that must be followed here. Okay, and the next thing is prescriptive analysis, bigger part, recommending actions based on the predictive insights to optimize business process. Descriptive analytics will talk about the history. Predictive analytics, if you follow the same pattern, if you follow the same approach, what may happen in the near future? But here, there is something missing, which is called optimization. For this optimization, what should be the approaches implemented? That is the concern of the prescriptive analysis. It's going to prescribe what are the approaches, what are the recommending actions based on the predictive insights to optimize business process. Next one is dashboarding and reporting, creating visual representation of the data to communicate findings effectively to the stakeholders, right? After which, I mean, there has to be like PPTs, like a dashboarding and reporting is something like creating a PowerPoint presentation. May not be PowerPoint presentation. There are some visualization tools of the data. By using the visualization tools of the data, we'll be able to, showcase it to the customers or the stakeholders. What about descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, and the prescriptive analytics? This is what the business analytics. Now you tell me, can you divide business analytics and the data science? No, these are completely at some convergence point, right? Both are sounding very familiar, sounding very same. Okay, so you just can understand. One is just getting complemented by the another. One is getting motivated by the another. This is now, if there is a very reason why, if you are from business background, you're a better person to get into the data science. This is all about the similarities in between data science and the business analytics, but there are some differences in terms of the focus and skill set. What is the focus? Data science is broader and can apply to the various fields, where business analytics specifically target business problems. Data science has a broader, what do you call, I would say, not getting the word. Data science has a broader segments to be implemented, broader reach. But business analytics is just confined to one's business needs, right? But approaches are very same. Skill set. Data scientists often have strong background in the programming and machine learning, while business analytics may focus more on business strategy and data interpretation. So these are the key differences, are the similarities in between data science and the business analytics. Thank you so much.